Hi guys, today is December 27th, 2012, and Monday was 12 weeks that I've been on T, and Wednesday I had my 12th shot. Um, I didn't do an 11th week update because there wasn't a lot new had been happening. My facial hair is starting to come in more, and so I'm shaving now because there's these random hairs coming out. Um, the the hair between my uh, breast and abdomen is starting to come in, um, and I stopped shaving 1st of July, my legs and arms, when I knew that I was going to transition and I didn't have to worry anymore about them showing. As one of the guys says, he thought I was going to looking European, and I said, yeah. Um, let's see. I started shaping what I wanted. I'm going to have some sideburns. It kind of fades down to here, and then a mustache. So I'm shaving the rest of it, and no one can really see the hair, um, but I can, and I just wanted to start shaping it the way I wanted it, and at some point it's gonna start showing. Um, I thought I was gonna wait until I got surgery, but I've been passing easily for the last 2 weeks now, and also I had also thought I wouldn't bind at all until surgery, but with deep voice and yes, I'm a bass now. It was going to get confusing. So I what I do now is I wear a double layer of tank undershirts. This is a single, and a band-aid down my nipples to hold them in. 'Cause that's what I feel really gives me away is those things sticking out. So between the voice and the the nipples and the lesser breast showing, I'm passing easily. Um, it's funny because I find girls and women looking at me now and flirting with me. Uh, and I think, oh, you're barking up the wrong tree, ladies. But I'm coming off as well. I am a fairly handsome man, sensitive, courteous, talkative guy, and I know to a woman that's a real attention getter. That's the kind of guy women are looking for. That's the neat thing about having a foot in both worlds. Um, Unfortunately, what I'm looking for is a guy, not a woman. So, uh, but that's kind of cool. My weight is holding right now at oh, I'm still hoarse. Um, at about 182 pounds, and my pants feel looser. So I think the muscle's getting more and the fat's getting lower because the muscle is denser, it's heavier, and yet it doesn't take up as much space. Um, I continue to be really warm all the time and have night sweats that soak through the bedding every night. There was one guy on YouTube was complaining about his pillow getting wet. And I told him my entire bedding, sheets, pillow, blankets get soaked every night. What I do is I just get up, towel off, crawl back into bed, and uh, the heat from my body kind of dries out, or it keeps me warm anyway. I just bundle back up in the bedding, and I'm fine. Uh, my voice continues to be raspy and it's kind of sore. And I'm still getting these strange sounds coming out. I'll just be sitting and breathing and doing something, and when I inhale and exhale, I get these weird little sounds, and it's kind of a wheezing thing, and it's just strange. It catches me off guard, and I realize, oh, that's me making these sounds. Because I'll hear something, I'll go, oh, that's me, and that's fun. And I've talked to some other guys that says, yeah, they're having the same thing. And I'm hoping that that's just the the vocal cords and all of that, getting used to all of this because my whole body is changing. Every cell, uh, metabolism, everything is changing. So, um, and I'm in male puberty, so that's what happens to guys. Their voices get the crack and up and down, and they're just settling in. I continue to be really warm and have to keep the temperature in the house down to at least 64 or lower, downstairs. When I come upstairs, up into my office here, my loft, it's 66 right now, and I'm in a tank and I'm comfortable. Um, Bill has been holding himself up in his bedroom watching TV with his heater in the bedroom going full blast. I can hear it. In the meantime, I'm in the living room a lot of times in just my boxer briefs, my skivvies, just comfortable. If I get too warm, I just step out on the deck for a while, and let the cold air hit me. Oh, I feel better. I go back inside. Um, the outside temps right now are ranging from 28 at night to about 40 or so during the day. And I'm still walking around outside with just a light shirt on, no hat, no gloves, while everyone else is walking around bundled up in parkas and ski caps and gloves. And um, I get people looking at me, and they're probably just looking at me, but they're probably wondering, is that person cold? When I'm in the stores, I'm dying from the heat. Sweat's rolling off of me. I can't wait to get outside. And I get outside, it's like, oh, it's nice and cold. And I ran into a friend one day that, um, in the parking lot of the store, and she was so concerned that I was going to be cold with no jacket on, and I really had to convince her that I was fine. He was, oh, you're gonna catch cold. Aren't you freezing? I says, no, I'm fine. So don't worry about me. It's cool. Uh, my appetite really doesn't seem much bigger than it was before. But I have to watch out for my sweet and salty tooth. I love um, Spanish redskin peanuts, and I can easily go through a whole can of those in one sitting. So I have to control those. Also, I like to have Mr. Good bars and ginger snaps at night, and I have to control that too because it's not really because I'm hungry, it's just a want thing. So what I'll do is I'll make up a blender full of my protein drink, and I'll have that, and I try to get put in at least one pitcher of those a day so I can add extra clean protein to my diet. I'm at 27 days pre-top surgery right now. I can hardly wait. I am so excited. I keep saying that, but it's the truth. I really am. Let's see. When I'm down in San Francisco for the surgery, I'm looking forward to being with my sister Linda. She's coming up from Oceanside to stay there with me for um, several days after the surgery. And through the unveiling of the the bandages and the stitches, and then she'll go back home, and then we'll come back up here. For Christmas, she got me, let me show you, a manly man pair of uh, Joe boxer shorts and a a mug that says "Too close for missiles, switching to guns." old big guns here. I love it. So, and she also got me a Starbucks gift card, so I can go to Starbucks and get some coffee in my big gun cup. That's fun. Um, and I got from my mom, I got a monetary present, which comes in handy. Thanks, Mom. Um, I had an interesting thing happen to me at the gym yesterday. Up until now, I'd only told one guy friend, Jan, about my transition because I trusted him and respected him. He's one of the big dogs in the gym, but he's a really nice, sincere, sweet guy, easy to talk to. And today, one of the gung ho guys asked me about my hoarse voice. He asked if I was sick and said it had been like this for quite a while. And I asked him if he really wanted to know what was happening. He says, "Well, if you want to tell me." And I says, "Well, you're going to find out anyway." Um, Now, this guy has to wear all black, tight T-shirts with these manly man sayings on them. You know, you know, push out another set. Can't lift with the big dogs. Get back on the porch. And he has to walk around in his weight belt all the time. His costume. Uh, Now, as a rule, it's not advisable to wear a weightlifting belt unless you're doing a seriously heavy lift. Otherwise, your back never gets strong. If the belt is there supporting you all the time, you're not your muscles aren't getting stronger. Anyway, but he has to, have to look like that. He has to kind of harass, bully the other guys about, come on, ladies, you know. Uh, So I told him about the transition, and he proceeded to smile and chuckle like, "Well, whatever, whatever, if that makes you happy." And I suspected ahead of time that he would act like this. That's one reason I hadn't said anything. And that's why I told Jan ahead of time, because I told him, you you might be able to um, help. Um, you could you could help me in that you can help them through this social transition because it's not me that's got the problem. It's going to be them. There's going to be the jokes and the harassing and wants to be a man, wants to shave. And it's like, yeah, well, I says, this is me. This is what makes me happy. I says, everybody has something they have to do, and I didn't say it like the weight belt, to make them happy. So I just, okay, that's done. Let him go. And um, one of my favorite sayings came to mind, and it's don't explain. Your friends don't need it, and your enemies or detractors won't accept it no matter what you say. And that's kind of what he was doing. He he didn't want to let it go. He wanted to let me know that he thought it was funny. So that pretty much I label, I'm not supposed to judge, but I label them. Okay, you're over, Jan's over here, you're over there. And I have no problem with that because I've come to a very state in my life. I couldn't have done it if I hadn't got to that space. Um, Bill and I both get the weirdest questions, um, because they'll ask me, "Does your husband know what you're doing?" I'll say, "Uh, yeah." And they'll say, "Well, how does he feel about it?" And I'll say, "Well, he's fine with it. He's known all these years that I was having troubles with something, and then for the last 12 years, he's known specifically what the problem was, and he's been he's been supportive of. He says, if you want the surgery, if you want a transition, that's fine. I have no problem with it because you're still the same person inside." And that's what I tell people. I'm still the same product. I just have different packaging. And and we wonder when they say, does your spouse know about this? It's like, okay, I'm looking different. We're spending a lot of money on medical bills, and we wonder what kind of relationship they have with their spouses that they would even ask this kind of question. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to be walking around. Number one, these medical bills are going to start piling in. And I'm going to be walking around with a deep voice all the time. I My shirts and pants, I'm wearing bigger sizes, which he probably wouldn't notice, but I'm growing a beard. So it makes you wonder, why someone would even think that. Anywho, uh, that's it. Uh, I think I mentioned I don't have to stop the tea. Um, the doctors that are doing the surgery said I don't have to, so that's cool. I get to take it. I just get to keep taking it. And after I have the surgery, I'm going to wait about a month before I go back into the gym. And they said that'd be fine, no problem. And so back in at the end of February, I'll be back in the gym and I'll have my beautiful new chest and won't have to wear all the padding or the binding anymore. And that's pretty cool. And then the next stage is going to be which bathroom I use to change in, use. And that's the next step. And I know it's going to happen. And take I'm going to take it as I'm taking everything else now. Just do it. Um, if anybody asks, I'll strip my t-shirt off and say, "Wow, does this look like a woman?" So, anywho, I will talk to you guys next week, maybe. Like I said, I haven't been making them as often because just not much is changing. And unless I put on some more pictures or stuff, I won't. Oh, that sound is is my water. I set my alarm for an hour, and I drink one of these every hour because you got to have a lot of water. Number one, the body needs water anyway, but on the tea with the all of the metabolic stuff going on, you really need to keep it flushed. So the funny thing is, I set that alarm, and you don't realize how fast an hour goes. Okay, it's been an hour, and look how much I've drank. It's like, oh no, there's the alarm. And I'll be down by the refrigerator trying to chug this thing, and so I can fill it up again, set the alarm, and a lot of times I feel like my eyeballs are floating, but it's got to be done. and it aids with the whole metabolism of the system. For instance, one of the best things when you're trying to lose fat is lots of water, because fat needs oxygen and it needs hydration to metabolize. So it's something really simple you can do to when you're trying to get the fat off. So I can't think of anything else. And there's my cup with my big guns. Oh, I love this cup. I like my Joe boxers too. I gotta show those off again. Yeah, there's my Joe boxers, my denim, my denim shorts. So I'll talk to you later. Take care.